So you can scoot forward on your chair so that your feet are flat and your back is upright rather than leaning back. And just find a comfortable position for your hands in your lap or arms by your sides, and we'll take a few moments with eyes closed. You can start to slow down your breath. And let your attention come all the way down to the base of your pose. Feel where your feet touch the floor and where your body touches the chair. Just a very simple tool for getting out of your head and into your body is feel where you touch the ground or your props. And then from that grounded base, see if you can lengthen your spine a little bit taller, as if your head were a helium balloon floating up towards the ceiling. Without losing any of that height, take a scan through your body from your head down to see if there's any unnecessary tension you might release. Relaxing the muscles of your face, your jaw, letting your shoulders drop. Each exhale, letting go a little bit more. As well as the physical benefits of this yoga practice, we can also use this time as a little break from planning and problem solving and rumination, all the things that, our minds might do naturally. And so if you notice that your mind has wandered onto something else, just as soon as you notice, see if you can come back into your body, feel where you touch the floor or your props. Feel your breath again. And whatever sensation you are aware of now. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus. And feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you. So sitting nice and tall, turn your head one way as far as you can, looking over your shoulder, and then back through center and all the way over to the other side as far as you can. What are the limits of your flexibility here? Let's go back the first direction as far as you can. And then back the other way. Come to center, and then drop one ear over to one shoulder. Have the rest of your spine nice and tall, right up to the base of your neck, and both shoulders dropping. Through the side of your neck that you're feeling the stretch, you might drop that shoulder even more, maybe even reach through your fingers. And then rotate your chin to your chest. And come over to the other side, both shoulders drop, but now even more through the other side, maybe even reaching through your fingers. And rotate your chin to your chest, come back to the first side, and then go back and forth a few times. Half circles or 3/4 circles. You might start to lift the chin and then drop it to the chest again. Now, next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head and let the weight of your arms hang. So you're not pulling on your head, but just letting the weight of your elbows drop towards the floor. Feeling the stretch through the neck, where else it goes in your back. And then release the arms down. Head floats back up, and we'll lift the shoulders up and back and down. A couple big circles. Up and back and down. One more. Now let's take the right arm up. Bend it straight back on itself so you touch your same shoulder. And then grab your elbow and pull it back as far as you can. You don't need to get it any further than you're able, but go to your limit. Now, as you take your elbow even further back, you might notice the ribs jutting out. So to increase the stretch, we're going to drop the ribs down. Imagine you're ironing down the front side. So your hand is pulling your elbow, and then the attachment of the shoulder is being dropped by the rib cage dropping. Can you still feel what's touching the floor and the chair? Still lengthen up. And then release. Right arm up. Open it out. And then take it across your body. And we're going to hook with the other arm. Hug it in as close as you can. Now as you do this, pull back through your right shoulder. So you're not letting the shoulder be dragged across your body, but keeping chest square, shoulders square. Hugging it in as close as you can, so you're going to your maximum stretch. If there's a place you're being careful around, if you have an injury or something that's tender, go even slower, but try and play right at the edge. So you're not hanging back too much, but not going beyond your limits. Let's release, arm out. Rotate your thumb to point down, and then wrap it around behind your back. So back of your hand is at your waist. Interlace fingers at your waist. Pull your knuckles around just as much as you're able. Elbows go towards one another. They're probably not going to touch, but in that direction. And now circle the right shoulder. This may be creaky. We want to get to those creaky places. Things that may be tight, ways you may not move in your day-to-day activity. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back, open up the chest, little upper back arch. Feel free to stay here or fold over the legs. So that could be just part way, dropping your head. Some of you might fold right over your lap. Maybe letting your arms come up and back away from you. See if you can let your head hang. And then release, come up. Unlink the fingers and a couple shoulder circles, up and back and down. Good. Let's take the left arm up, same thing other side. Bend it straight back on itself, touching the same shoulder. Grab your elbow and then take it back. Whatever amount you're able. Once you meet your edge, breathing there. If it lets off, go deeper. See what's possible. Can you iron down through the front side, dropping the ribs? And then release. Left arm up, open it out, take it across. Hook with the other arm and then hug it in as close as you can. If your shoulder starts to pull across, draw it back so your chest is square to the front. Feeling your sit bones into the chair, nice long spine. And then release, arm out. Rotate your thumb to point down. Wrap it around. So back of the hand is at the waist. This time when you go to interlace your fingers, try the other thumb on top, the way you don't normally cross. the non-dominant way. Knuckles towards the front, elbows towards one another, and then circle the left shoulder. Rather than avoiding what's creaky, we want to gently go towards it. If we stop moving something, it's most likely going to get tighter and tighter. So we want to keep all the joints lubricated, seeking out places that we may not have moved in a while and bringing some motion there. Keeping fingers interlaced. Reach both arms back, open up the chest. Heart lifting high. Feel free to stay upright or fold, whatever amount. Maybe wrapping arms overhead. And then release, come up. Unlink fingers, a couple shoulder circles. Okay, let's interlace fingers in front now and put some pressure between the arms like you're trying to pull them apart. And this can help open up between the shoulder blades, getting into the upper back. You can also think about spreading your ribs. Imagine stretching those little muscles between each rib, the intercostals. Each deep breath in. Expanding your capacity. And then release. Bring arms out to the side. Flex your palms. Fingers up towards the sky. Push out through the base of the hand. And do that as strongly as you can. You might feel a little tingling through the forearm. Pull your fingers back towards you. Reach out. Shoulders drop. And then curl fingertips down. Pull them in. Knuckles in as much as you can, stretching the forearm, and then we'll point fingers up, and then point fingers down. And then a few wrist circles, big circles, one way, and then the other. Feeling all the little muscles of the forearms flexing and stretching. Release down. Let's take a gentle twist. So you can bring your right hand across to the outside of the left knee and then reach your left hand around for the chair behind you, wherever you're able to reach. Lengthen and then rotate, looking back over your shoulder. Trying to keep both knees pointing forward, but twisting from the belly button upwards. Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the opposite way, like you're wringing out your spine. And then release. Switching sides, left hand across, right hand to the chair behind you, wherever you're able to reach. Lengthen and twist, looking back over your shoulder. Breath by breath. Is there any more length? Is there any more rotation? Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the other way, looking over your shoulder, wringing out. And then release back around to the front. And we'll take a side stretch here. Bring the right arm up and over, and you can lean onto your left hand wherever it makes sense, using the chair. If you've got an arm on the chair, you could use your elbow. Reaching out. And then circle it back behind you. Finding the full range of motion. Big circle. Last one. And then go over to the other side. Left arm up and over, keeping both sit bones grounded, yawning out, and then start to circle it back behind you as far back as you can. One more big one. Good. Let's cross the right ankle above the left knee. Sit tall and then lean forward, trying to drop the right knee down. So it's okay if it's way up, you're just going towards down. Your back is going towards long and towards folding. That's okay if it's a little rounded, but keep going towards length. You can use your hands to support you, either on hands or elbows. Try and have your knee right above your foot on that supporting leg, the opposite knee pointing straight ahead, foot pointing straight ahead, lengthening and folding. And just dropping that right knee down, hopefully feeling a stretch on the right outer hip. And any of this that you remember, you can pepper into your day if you spend a lot of time sitting at a desk. Just adding some of these stretches even while you're working or taking a 5-minute break can be so useful. Can you lengthen your spine even more? Maybe fold a little deeper last couple seconds. And then release. Sit tall, extend your right leg forward, flex and point. And then a few big ankle circles, trying to get to your full range of motion one way and then the other. All the little clicks. Same thing other side. Sitting tall, left ankle above the right knee. Lengthen and fold, dropping that left knee down as much as you can. Check your supporting leg, that hip, knee, and foot are all in a straight line pointing straight ahead. And as we put ourselves in sometimes uncomfortable positions, going towards what's tight or what's weak, such good a practice to notice your breath and see if you can slow it down. I know when I get into stressful situations, sometimes my breath gets shallow and my shoulders tense up. So this is like leaving breadcrumbs for how to be more composed in difficult situations. So we're putting our bodies in maybe difficult situations and then practicing relaxing jaw, slowing down breath, opening up perception rather than narrowing it. Let's sit up, extend that leg out, flex and point. Circle, a few big circles one way and the other way. And then go ahead and sit back into your chair, letting your back rest on the back of the chair, and we'll just take a short relaxation here before closing the class. So you can just have your hands relaxed in your lap, either close your eyes or take a soft gaze, letting your feet rest on the floor or hang if you're short like me. And again, take a scan from the top of your head down, just noticing, is there any excess tension in your face? Could you relax your eyes, your jaw? Your throat. Your shoulders drop down. Feeling your arms just resting on your body. Your back and bottom just resting back into the chair. Maybe releasing a little bit more. You can let go of the control of your breath. Just letting your body breathe. Taking a small break from doing anything. And then you can let your breath deepen again. Start to bring some movement back, maybe wiggling your fingers and toes. Could take a little stretch out through your arms. And then scoot back to the front of your chair, sitting upright. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining me today.